My name's James Graham. I'm the head chef at Cowley Manor Hotel. I've been a professional chef for 25 years. I trained with the likes of Raymond Blanc and Nicolas Dennis, and I had my own place for a little while, and right now I've been working with Gustare Honey, working with their new range of honeys that they're introducing to the UK. As a professional chef, one of the things I'm always looking for is great new ingredients, trying to find things which are going to make the food stand out from the norm. And that's very difficult to do now. It's very hard to find something really new and extraordinary. And so honey is one of the things I've always thought would give us a real balance with sweetness, which I've never been able to find. And the range of complexity of flavour that we've found with these honeys coming in from Australia is extraordinary. I can't match it with anything from the UK. I just think they're absolutely amazing. They're definitely the best I've ever used. We're at the Natural Organic Product Show in London, and we're here to present Gustare Honey to people and to show them what great Australian honey really is and how amazing the flavour profiles of these very varied honeys are. And we're also trying to introduce people to thinking about honey in a slightly different way. It's not just something for our toast, it's something that we can pair with other foods, we can use as an ingredient, and particularly trying to pair it with cheeses, which we think is a really exciting way of getting the best out of it. Flavour matches with honey are often just thought of as breakfast ingredients and putting it on yogurt, but I think one of the things that we miss is that honey lends itself really beautifully to working with cheese. If you serve cheese, normally you would serve it with grapes, sometimes with dried apricots. These are sweet things which balance the acidity and richness of the food. So one of the things we're really looking to try and do with this range of very, very complex and interesting honeys is to pair them with particular cheeses. And we're only really just starting to explore the capabilities of these, but we've come up with some interesting matches already. We have 4 different varieties of cheese and 4 different varieties of honey that we think work really beautifully together. The delicate honey, which is at the floral end of the range, has a light mineral note, but also has a strong flavour of confectionery, slightly of candy floss. Is amazing with almost any blue cheese. It works incredibly well with really, really strong cheeses. The next step up, the mild honey, is amazing with goat's cheese. It has a slightly hazelnutty note, a little bit of length of caramel on it, but it takes away some of the real farmyardiness that you tend to get with the goat's cheese and balances the pair out, so you get a real length of flavour. The third honey that we're looking at is the rich honey, which is a beautiful dark caramel honey. It almost has a note of coffee with it. It's very, very, very complex and works incredibly well with any used milk cheese. So ranging from things like manchego through soft used milk cheeses, almost right up to blue used milk cheeses like Roquefort. It's an absolutely extraordinary match. It gives you a real note of strength over the saltiness that's quite often associated with used milk cheeses. And then if you come to the last of the honeys, the really rich honey, which is very dark, very caramelly, almost has notes of wood smoke to it, incredibly complex, works amazingly well with real washed, with bloom-rind cheeses like Camembert, like Brie. Any of the mould-ripened cheeses are absolutely fantastic with this. I can't beat them. They all work as beautiful pairings. So how would I eat them at home? What would I do with them? How would I build them into a cheese course, maybe in a dinner party? I think if you choose one particular variety of honey and then choose some of the cheeses that we're suggesting would work with it, then I think it's a really interesting way for people to approach that first pairing, the first time they come across it. Maybe you chuck in a couple of different cheeses as well to give them the contrast so they can really see how that pairing works. And then I think once you've done that, you can start experimenting with it, and almost you can have part of your dinner party process, or just having a glass of wine with someone out on the terrace in the summer, just have one cheese, a jar of honey, a nice chilled rosé, perfect. You're not going to go far on, and really an interesting way to enjoy cheese and honey together. We've been at the show all day, and the reaction from people has been absolutely fantastic. They're loving the honey, but interestingly as well, we've opened their eyes to trying it with cheese and seeing what a really interesting and exciting pairing it can be. Everyone who's tried it has come away feeling that they've suddenly found a new way of using an ingredient that perhaps they'd not really thought about before. As a chef, it's not very often that I come across an ingredient that I'm really excited by. I've seen most of them. This stuff, these honeys, they're amazing. They're really exciting for me. We're already working on ways of using them in ways that we hadn't thought of before. We've already created a hay and honey ice cream. Sounds a little bit odd, but until you've tasted it, my goodness, it's amazing. The depth of flavour from the honey and the floral note from the hay is just tremendous. I think that this new range of honeys is going to give us a whole world of new flavours which we weren't really aware of before, and we're really excited by.